Hey, it's Aquila Mariyah here, and today is day 4 of my life story. I know these are pretty long, but I just didn't want one video to be like extra freaking long. Yeah.
I like to sit back and watch a tree grow. I like the way they think it's all growth, not an ego. I wish that you could speak to these motherfuckers.
If you're new to my channel, my name is Aquila Mariyah, and I'm a mindset coach. I empower women to believe in themselves by rediscovering their worth. One day, I was sitting in the car with my friend and the guy that I was in a toxic relationship with, and out of nowhere, he calls me a bitch, and it didn't hurt my feelings. And that was when I knew that I was free, and I knew that I could be on my own. And so I told him, don't ever talk to me like that again, and I'm not talking to you until you apologize to me for disrespecting me. So I just wanted to pop in and say that I did go to school, because I forgot to add this, but I was in school and I was doing very well in school. But when I was dating that guy, he was moving and I wanted to go with him. So I dropped out of school and went with him. So I say this to say, do not stop what good you have going on for others. I understand be there for people and everything like that, and I'm not saying not to be there for people, but don't pick up and leave just because. Like, if you got something good going, don't just pick up and leave, and understand that things are going to be hard, and you know, a lot of things aren't going to be easy. That's not an excuse to just run away and just go. So I just wanted to pop in and say, yeah, I attempted to be in college and I dropped out because I wanted to move to Florida with that guy. We had already gotten our new place in Florida, so we were already living together, and we were in a 2-bedroom. So he went his way, I went my way. We didn't talk until people had knocked on our door saying that whoever leased us the apartment, they did it illegally, and that they weren't going to kick us out, but they were going to give us a new lease. He ended up leaving because he was scared that they were going to come knocking at the door and just put us out. So he left. I stayed. I got free rent for like a year. I kept trying to get the lease. I wasn't just, you know, I kept trying to get the lease, and they kept telling me they're going to give it to me, and they never did. So I just stayed. But 3 months after I broke up with that guy, I ended up in this other relationship. But in the 3 months, I'd worked on myself and I was finally happy. I was working through my shit. I had listened to the book, The Secret, and so I was changing my life. I was working on myself. I met this guy at work. We started talking, then we started dating, and then I stopped doing everything I was doing to make myself like happy and figuring myself out. I stopped doing all of those things. And so it went downhill again because now I'm relying on somebody for happiness. He was probably relying on me as well. I connected with him because he lost his mother, he lost his father, and he lost his grandmother. So it's like he understands pain. He understands what I'm going through. And so we connected on that level. I never thought that he was cheating on me, but I always felt like he had a whole nother life outside of me. And it was weird. And I always would tell my best friend, like, something's not right about this dude. We dated for like a year, and I went and traveled to Puerto Rico. I felt so free. Then I traveled to Mexico, and I felt like I was missing something. And so my emotions were up and down because I hadn't actually worked on like the whole thing that happened with my mom. I'd only been working on myself, but I didn't touch that part because I wasn't ready. I was too scared to actually feel that pain. And so I would be up and down, up and down. And so our relationship became up and down because he was the same way. We had gotten a dog together. He had ghosted me. But before he ghosted me, I dropped my dog off at his house and made sure like she had gotten in the house and everything. And he ghosted me, and he left. And so then I broke down again. And this time I turned to God. And so when I turned to God, I actually had the strength. I read my journal and got over that relationship. Like, it hurt. I did a lot of drinking. I smoked a lot of weed. I think it's safe to say that I turned to alcohol and weed when I was feeling some type of way. We had broken up, and then when he popped back up and he was talking about how he wanted to get back together, and I was like, no. I was like, I would like to be with you, but I don't want to be exclusive to you, kind of thing. And when we kissed, it just wasn't the same. Like a few months later, it turns out that he had been dating this girl the entire time that he was dating me. And by now it's like a year and a half. She reached out to me, I think via Instagram, and was like telling me all of these things. I didn't believe it. I talked to her on the phone, and she was like trying to come up with a plan to catch him up. And I was just like, I'm not really on that. But I still didn't believe it. And then he was texting me saying like, I've been lying to you. I don't want to be with you. And just saying he's not good enough for me and that I should leave him alone. And basically saying all these things. But she had just told me that she hacked into his Facebook and his Instagram. So I wasn't sure if it was him or her because I was talking to them through Instagram as well. And so then I was like, get on the phone and tell me this. And he eventually got on the phone with me. And I was like, are you talking to somebody else? He said, yeah. Hung up. Turned to alcohol and weed some more. And this was like a few weeks before I was leaving to travel. And I read my journal and I got through it, turned to God, and I got through it. And then I started traveling I traveled for 2 months. I went to Costa Rica for a month, and then I went to Panama for a month. Learned so much about myself. Got time to just relax, meet new people, see what I can and can't do. And I just learned a lot, and I met a lot of people. It was such a great time. And I'm so grateful for traveling. Travel, especially solo, you learn so much. Before I went to Costa Rica and Panama, I slept in my car so I wouldn't have to pay for rent. And on the weekends, I would sleep at my best friend's house. And she had offered me her place, but I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to impose. And I was actually excited to sleep in my car, which it was actually a good time. I learned a great lesson, and I learned to appreciate the bathroom. I learned to appreciate the shower and just having a home. I appreciated it a lot more. And I've told you, like, I like to challenge myself. And so that was a great challenge. I came home, worked for 2 months. And in those 2 months, I stayed with my best friend. I didn't sleep in my car. I headed out to my family to see them in all the different states. A family situation happened. I ended up here in Georgia. Then I headed out to Puerto Rico. And then I ended up living in Puerto Rico for like 7 months. I went traveling through Puerto Rico on my bike, which was an extreme struggle. I'll leave the playlist in the description below. And it's very hilly. So I learned a lot. I wasn't able to talk to many people. And my Spanish wasn't that great. I learned what I can and can't do. It's like everything. I learned what I can and can't do. And that was freaking hard. It was mentally an extreme challenge. I had been a health coach for about 2 years, and I was focusing more on that. I wanted to start my own business, but I was too insecure to do it. Like, I wasn't sure if people would actually take me seriously. And then I trickled into being a mindset coach, and now I label myself as a mindset coach because I've educated myself and I've learned a lot. Like I said in the beginning, I empower women to believe in themselves by rediscovering their worth. You're not doing what you need to do because you don't know your worth. And you can't succeed because you don't know your worth. And so you're settling for less because you're not willing to challenge yourself, or you're too scared to challenge yourself. My relationship with my father is a lot better. Family shit still happens. I have learned to accept the fact that my father is not one to go out of his way to really connect. He pops up every once in a while, like in my phone, not in real life, because he lives in Illinois. My expectations for him are very little. Just don't die. That's it. And I check in on him to make sure he's still alive. And we do have great conversation. He's a really great guy. He's just not the type to go out and, go out of his way to connect with his children. I'm the only one that has a really good relationship with him. And it's not even as great as it could be. I have worked on myself, and I've worked through the pain of my mother. Like I said, I'm sure there are still things I need to work on. But I am confident. I'm unstoppable, and I know I can do anything that I set my mind to. I challenge myself often because I want to continue to do things that are hard. I don't want things to be easy for me because I just want to work hard. and I want to help people. And if I can overcome things that are extremely difficult, I can help others overcome things that are difficult for them. And I know my purpose on this planet is to help. And that's what I've been doing with my business. I've been helping women to believe in themselves and know that they deserve more and know that they can get more. They just need to see a different perspective, and they just need tools to get them there. I let them know it's on you. It's on you if you succeed. I just deliver the information. I give you a safe space to speak. But at the end of the day, if you want to succeed, you have to do what you say you're going to do, and you have to do your best and not give up on yourself. That's my life story. I've been through a lot of shit, and I've overcome all of it, and I'm still here. There are still some things that I either don't remember or I probably forgot during telling you this life story. But this is my life. It's not always easy, but I know that I can get through anything. A lot of shit happens on a regular. I'm not at all perfect. I have my days. If I go 2 days or more without meditating, I get triggered easy and I have no problem speaking my mind. I always speak up for myself, but it's usually in a respectful manner. If I haven't meditated 2 or more days, then it's not necessarily so respectful. It's more sarcastic. I've been single for about a year, and I have been celibate as well, and I am saving myself for a marriage. You'd be surprised how cloudy your judgment can get through being in a sexual relationship. I came back to Georgia because I wanted to help my family. My plan was to go back to Puerto Rico, but now I think when I do leave Georgia, I'm going to just travel into different places. Like I said, I lived in Puerto Rico for about 7 months, mostly Vieques, Puerto Rico. That I was on that island, a small island off of Puerto Rico, and I made so many friends that turned into family. Just grateful for all the people that I've met. I slept in my tent when I lived in Puerto Rico because, I mean, it just made sense. And then when hurricane season came, I volunteered at a farm so that way I could have a roof over my head. If you are somebody who lost a mother, I definitely recommend Motherless Daughters. It's a book. It got some comfort from it. You know, being able to hear other people's stories about losing their mothers. If you are somebody who is in a toxic relationship, do your best to leave it. I know it's not that easy, so I know me saying this may or may not be having an effect, but you are so much more than what you are receiving, and once you realize that, your life is going to be so much easier. You're not going to have toxic people in your life, and you're going to be happier because you've worked on your happiness. You can't just expect things to go your way, and things are going to be hard, and you have to know that and accept it and still fight anyways. Don't give up on yourself. Let go of any toxic relationship, whether that's friendship or a partnership, and just let it go as best you can. And if you are somebody who is staying in an abusive relationship for the kids, trust me, you're not doing them a favor. Even if you think that you are, you're not. Understand that you deserve more and you deserve better. Treat everybody with respect, no matter what. Accept that you're going to have your days, but for the most part, be a kind person. Spread love everywhere you go. If you are somebody who is putting your hands on somebody, stop. It's not their fault that you're miserable. It wasn't the guy's fault that I was miserable and I decided to put my hands on him. Yeah, his words got me there, but that doesn't mean that it was okay for me to have it escalate to physical abuse. I know I say this all the time, but if you are relying on someone to deliver things that you need, like love, peace of mind, positivity, and happiness, and joy, don't rely on them. Rely on yourself. Find it within yourself, because within yourself, it's unlimited. With others, it's limited. We all go through our own things. We all can only do so much. So rely on yourself so that way you can be better for yourself and you can be better for those around you. Try to see it from other people's point of view when they are just not nice. If they're not being nice to you, it's because they're dealing with something on the inside. So pray for them. Don't wish them any harm, but pray for them. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more, and also the notification bell so that we are notified every time that I upload a video. I upload Monday through Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Stick around for the recommended videos after. If you didn't see part 1 or part 2, definitely go check it out. It'll be in the recommended videos. If you would like some one-on-one coaching so that way you can believe in yourself and move forward in life, check the link in the description below. That way you can book your free connection call with me and discuss possibly working together so that way you can reach your full potential. I hope you have a positive, blissful day or night whenever you're watching this. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. Always remember to be love, be peace, be positive, spread love everywhere you go, and always, always be you. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Growth, not an ego. I wish that you could speak to these motherfuckers.